Hello and welcome back to the Stool Pigeons. This is your favorite segment, which is Reddit Reads. This one comes from r/cheating stories from the user You Got a Prenup, and the title is She Confessed, Now We Are Done. So in this post, the guy is 42 and his wife is 34. He begins, my wife and I have been married for almost 12 years. Like everyone else, our lives have been turned upside down and put in a holding pattern for the last year. My wife has been hit especially hard. She was laid off from a sales job for quite a few months. I am a day trader now. This guy's an ape. Nice. After working for a large investment company for years. I made a great living, but was stressed all the time, so I decided to use what I learned for myself. I work from home, so we were on top of each other quite a bit. This led to many arguments. Our marriage suffered. In March, my wife was called back to work in a new position, which I encouraged her to take. The position would require her to travel. She really did not like it after a couple of weeks. She hated not being home. I thought she had not given enough time to dislike it. We argued about it. When we married, I had already done quite well financially. I had the high six figures in my bank account. I had been burned in my first marriage by a cheating wife. I had no proof, but she moved on very quickly after the divorce. She received a windfall to settle the proceedings. So I insisted on a prenup for my second marriage with a generous payout if we split. There was a lot in there, but to keep it short, cheating on her part would break the prenup and our payout would be in the five figures. Toward the end of March, she came home from a trip. Her personality was off. I asked if she was okay. She said everything was fine, but she hated her job. The next day, she said we needed to talk. She told me she had a one-night stand. She explained the day was a shit fest, her word. The second client canceled on her, which threw her day off. She called her remaining contacts to move her appointments around. They were all okay with it. The guy that had canceled called and said that he would meet up after his workday. She did not want this guy mad, so invited him to have a business dinner at her hotel. Okay, we know where this is leading, don't we, folks? They were there to meet in a bar for a drink and then grab dinner. Well, that's not the only thing that guy's going to be grabbing, I'll tell you that much. She gets to the bar and orders her drink. She waits and waits. He is a no-show, no call. She had left a couple of messages. She ordered another drink. With her day starting out a shitfest, it was now ending as one. She did not grab lunch because of all the rearranging of her schedule. Her second drink hit her pretty good. A guy comes up to her in the bar, gets his drink, and they start talking. He was in sales also, so they commiserate about how terrible some clients can be. They keep drinking. She says she has no idea how many drinks she's had. That's always good. She remembers him walking or carrying her to her room. They get there. She falls onto the bed and passes out. She wakes up to him stroking her hair. Very normal. This guy sounds like a winner. As he was setting up in the bed. One thing led to another. Clothes came off. They had sex. Oh my God. I did not see this coming. What about you, Harrison? Did you see this coming?
Didn't see it coming, but it sounds like she passed out before this occurred.
Yeah, I mean, You definitely, I think women love waking up to guys that are smelling and, just stroking their hair and being like, what are you doing here? And then you have sex. That's how most of the romantic comedies are structured, more or less. But going back to the story. So she confessed, I am brokenhearted. I am angry. I am crying. Cheating is a deal breaker for me because how my first marriage ended. I was not thinking of the prenup at this point. I told her I needed to think about what was happening. I left for a week. Monday, she was on the road again. Not good. Monday, I made an appointment with my attorney for Tuesday. We went over the prenup. He said without proof, she would get the big payout if we divorced. My word against hers.
Oh, hold on. Really quick. So I just realized what had happened. So she went up to his room, passed out, woke up the next morning. She could have left, but they didn't have sex when she was passed out. They had sex after they woke up the next morning.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah. That's what I was saying, which is way weirder. Actually, if this guy had just done let's call it a rape, that would be a lot more normal than to wake up to some guy stroking your hair and smelling it. Now, that guy is somebody that should be in jail.
Agreed. Agreed.
I called her Tuesday night. I told her that I forgave her. I told her after thinking about it, I was turned on by it. I said another man having sex with her and me knowing was exciting to me. She apologized again and said it would never happen again. I told her I wanted her to do it again, film it and send it to me. No captions or message. I would call her and jerk off while watching the video. Maybe one day actually be in the room watching. She giggled. She giggled but said she might be able to work up to it, but don't count on it. This pleased her to no end that I forgave her, but had reservations about filming it. We talked about this new kink. I told her I never knew it was in me to think this way. On Wednesday, she calls me and asks if I wanted her to do this. I immediately said yes. She said if all goes well, I would get my wish. About 2 a.m. this morning, I received a video of her screwing some guy. I called her about 7 a.m. to thank her for the video. At 9 a.m., I asked the receptionist at my attorney's office if I could see him. I had something important for him to see, and we know what that is, the sex tape.
Damn. That is stone cold on that guy's part.
Yeah, it reminds me of, I can't remember, I think it was, some school in California where the people were getting very pissed off about all the different kinds of like consent people had to give on campus. So there was a couple that just live streamed them banging and then sent it to all the administrators.
Very nice. Continuing on with our conversation about romance, our next story comes to us from r/dating advice titled, I'm not gay, but I'm dating men anyway. Sort of your typical story. I'm a 21-year-old man, kind of bad at talking to people. I've had a lot of trouble dating women my whole life. We just never seem to connect. They're never really interested. I haven't had a girlfriend yet either. I don't mean to be that guy, but I think I'm fairly attractive. I'm tall. I just don't have a lot of confidence, which is something I'm trying to improve. Well, a couple of months ago, I had enough of the frustration and the loneliness. So I used Bumble to try dating men. Lots of matches, lots of interest. For the first time in my life, I was talking to people that actually seemed romantically interested in me. For the first time, I didn't need to try to think up of some trivial conversation pieces. They are actually coming naturally. We got along. I went on a couple of dates. It was easy. I don't know the moral of the story to all of this. I don't think I'm gay. I don't feel gay. But as a man, obviously I get along better with other men. I guess I just wish that it were the same with women. Anyone have some dating tips for dating women? Thanks for anyone who went to the trouble of reading this.
Now, we did have a couple of interesting people that did read it, including Frisk Top, her son, who said, look, sometimes you just get lonely and a little bored and suck a dick or two. It doesn't mean you're gay. It's just something that happens. Then as you experiment, you just, for experience, you end up bottoming for them. Because, they're great guys after all. But hey, once you're over all that, you hit the gym and get in shape. You start grooming immaculately to look good now that you're all fit. And, sometimes the gym showers are too crowded, so you find a bathhouse nearby. They're super cozy and full of nice people. And hey, why not try your first spit roast? It's all perfectly natural, perfectly healthy. The girls are going to go crazy for such a cultured, experienced man. Just watch.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. This guy is clearly gay. So I think he's just covering it up, like his own insecurities. He's just like, I don't think I'm gay.
Now,
but I enjoy talking to these guys on these apps.
Now, there are some gay men that are commenting here, and they are very pissed because they do not like this teasing at all. So, All of Darkness N1 replies, dude, I think it's loneliness and I know it's hard. I was single for a decade after a long-term relationship that came close to marriage, but it's not fair for those other men. You're using them in a way. Work on yourself and take better photos. Use a different subreddit to get photo recommendations and opinions. It's a numbers game too. Keep matching. Don't forget to be confident. Now, this guy seems like he's something of a honeypot trying to lure this gay man in who posted here and is like, hey, yeah, look, take photos of yourself, hit the gym, send them to other gay guys and see what their opinion is so that we can help you, get women.
Hell, send them to me. I was single for a decade. Send me photos of your dick. I'll tell you what you can do to improve it.
Yeah, I can even, teach you how to suck dick better so that you can get more women on Bumble. And OSPOV, who I don't know what OSPOV is, it probably has something to do with getting your dick sucked, I would imagine, says, imagine you're a straight guy going on a date with a woman. You think the date is going amazing, but right at the end, when you lean in for a kiss, she goes, oh, actually, I'm a lesbian. I'm not into men like that. You'd obviously feel like you were led on and wasted your time. Why would she even go on a date with you if she wasn't even into men? This is the exact same scenario, OP, is putting people in, and it's pretty shitty. Maybe if he's super upfront with the men and said, listen, I'm not gay, but I'm really lonely and just want someone to talk to for an evening, and they're somehow okay with it, then fine. That doesn't seem like what's going on here, though. That is true. I mean, if he's lonely, why doesn't he just hang out with women for companionship? Why did he decide, you know what? I actually feel more comfortable kissing men and having them suck my dick than women because, I get nervous and I have lots of anxiety.
I feel like that poster right there, I feel like that has happened to him, though, where he's gone to kiss a woman and she's like, oh, nope, I'm a lesbian.
I'll be honest, if a woman was like, oh, I'm a lesbian, I'd be like, well, we can work with that.
That's good.
That's no problem at all, ma'am. I have, no qualms about watching two lesbians, making sweet, sweet love to each other and doing what I believe is the traditional mating ritual, which is, I believe, called scissoring for lesbians. If I'm remembering what my health class teacher taught me in high school.
Your health class teacher taught you about scissoring in high school?
Well, yes, because all of the health teachers are just butch women who are lesbians themselves. So I think probably a tenth of, maybe even a quarter of the semester was just on the most effective ways to do scissoring and manipulate younger women into having sex with the older authority figure.